Oh my God. Is that me? Good God almighty. Am I growing pepperonis down there? Jesus. That is awful. What? What? It smells like bad pepperonis.
I'm not. I trust you. I trust you, man. I bet you're right.
Are you
What the
judging me
fuck?
for having pepperoni?
I'm not judging you. I am perplexed at having never fucking heard that before, ever.
You've never heard that? Smells like pepperonis. You never had your armpits smell like pepperonis?
I've never
Nipples?
thought about it, so maybe I might smell it in the future. But like, when you
No.
when you drink Pepto-Bismol, do you think spearmint flavored?
What?
Because it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
You know what
like a wintergreen.
To be fair, I don't drink it. I always Chewy's powder.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another cheesy episode of Anything But Politics. As always, my name is Jim Altman, and I'm here with
The son of. I'm just
the sun.
I'm the sun. Fuck it. You're here with the sun. Bright and shiny.
I'm kind of vibing with the new energy of like just saying some
Just saying
unhinged
something.
shit.
Yeah, anything. Water polo.
There are a lot of words out there,
Yeah.
and this season we're gonna explore them.
Orange jumpsuits.
True.
Yeah. Prison.
There you go. I saw the connection you made there
Yep.
from one to the other.
Yep. Prison.
I
orange
made the
jumpsuits.
connection from the cold open, from the pepperoni cheesy episode.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
Pepperoni's
why I
good
said
with
cheesy
cheese.
episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh.
welcome back, everybody.
Did anybody hear that?
I hope you heard that fart.
It wasn't a fart. I didn't fart. I swear. It was the chair. Listen, I can make it again.
Whoa, Christian, hold on. Relentless.
I'm sorry. Wait, I have to say this. Has this ever done anything for anybody ever?
Yeah, a little bit.
This doesn't-
Because you're pushing air.
You're wafting it against your nose.
No, you're not doing this. You're not doing this. Hey, for audio, I'm now waving at my own face. No, you wave past your face.
That doesn't do anything. Feel my hands, dog.
Clammy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry if that bothered you.
No, it didn't.
Okay. No, if
Just
clammy
don't
hands.
touch me again. But like, the clamminess didn't matter.
Good. I don't know why they're so clammy. It's hot in here.
It's a little hot in here.
I'm sweaty.
Welcome back, everybody. This week, well, I don't know. I've got my phone charged. It was dead last week. But now I've got some stuff. Like, hey, 3 weeks ago was your mom's birthday. Happy birthday to Susie.
Happy birthday.
I meant to literally say that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It was a good birthday. She had a good birthday.
I'm happy for her. It looked like y'all had a lot of fun. I'm friends with her on Facebook, so I got to see the posts. It was very nice birthday for her. Okay, this is something I'll talk about before we get to the meat, because it's a little short story
What are
and
we
it's
doing today?
fun. It's excited. You had meat?
I've had it for a while.
Hey.
All right, go ahead.
So during the break, something interesting happened. A job tried to hire me without telling me. So I hinted at this. I
You
told
did.
you a little bit of this story. I literally just told you that
Yeah.
because when we recorded the Q&A a couple weeks back, and again, this is something you can go see on YouTube and on audio platforms. It's there. It's a Q&A. It was fun to do.
It was fun.
I mentioned after we finished recording that oh, I have so much to talk about for the episode that we'd be recording. You know, I have this, I have that. And I threw out that a job did, in fact, try to hire me without me knowing. They didn't tell me they were going to hire me. They just tried. Whoa.
Job tried to hire me without telling me. Not clickbait.
Real reaction.
Real reaction.
The thumbnail with red arrow and also red circle.
Circle, you got it.
Circling the thing that the arrow's
Yep.
pointing to. So, this is a company that I think I might have talked about before in terms of Rusty Quill.
Yeah.
This is the podcast production company from England
Yeah.
that makes they made the Magnus Archives. They distribute Old Gods of Appalachia. I have that either one way or the other. They either produce it, or I think they just distribute it. And a couple months back, they were hiring, and I thought I might as well apply. Podcasting is definitely something I'd like to do with my career. I'd like to go full time. Did y'all
You
know
ever-
we had
You
Patreon?
ever done it
Anyway,
before?
podcasting?
Yeah.
I've dabbled.
Oh, okay.
And I just thought, hey, might as well do this all the time. It was a remote position. So I wouldn't have to live in England to do it, even though it's a UK based company. I think they're out of London. I thought I'd apply. But essentially, yes, I thought I'd go ahead and apply just because I want to make it my career.
Yeah.
Again, hey, did y'all know we had Patreon? Anyway, I want to do this with my life.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, this would be a cool career step. I'd like to work from home again. I worked remote a lot during the pandemic, and I loved it. I definitely loved working remote, just being home, having a little office setup. It was
It's
nice.
sick, dude.
And so I applied, and I got to like second round of interviews. It went very well. I scored well on the assessment, but at the end of the day, the other person was literally just more qualified. It was one where experience means the world, and I didn't have much. And I totally get that. I wasn't dissuaded at all. Like if they hire again in the future for something I'm a little more suited for, I'm definitely going to try for it, just because I think it's a good career step. Otherwise, I'm going to stay at Walmart until
Sure.
this show goes full time. Like, I want that to be my last job. I would be happy if it were my last job.
That's sick.
But if the golden opportunity falls into my lap and Rusty Quill's like, hey, we're hiring, and it's something Jim would be perfect for, I'd be like, wow, it's weird that you kind of called me out on that. I feel like I'm a shoo-in for this. You've
Yeah.
already said my name. But I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
So if the golden opportunity fell. Here's the thing, though. The golden opportunity did fall because Rusty Quill, I spoke with a representative in HR. Her name's Suzanne. Suzanne, hey. I know you're listening. No, so I spoke with this representative, Suzanne, and she was lovely. And at one point, I kind of got embarrassed because there was a place to upload your resume, your CV. In England, they use a CV. Well, I uploaded my resume with all my job experience on it, and she emails me. And this was months ago, back when I was applying. She goes, "Hey, you forgot to attach your CV." I was like, "Oh no, whoops." Let me send that to you real quick. Let me write a CV for the first time, because a resume is like one piece of paper.
Yep.
CV is like 3. There's a lot more that goes into a CV, and I'd never written one before. So I was like, Merlin, how do I do this? And I cracked my knuckles and I typed one out really fast. And then I told her the truth. I told Suzanne, I was like, listen, hey, being a little poor American boy, I've never written a CV before. This is my first opportunity doing so. I hope you like it. And she was very kind in her response. She was like, you know what? I'm glad you took the time to do it. Like, that does mean something for you as a candidate. It, means you want it. And hey, you've written a good CV. It's good. And I was like, thank you, Suzanne. We got to the second round of interviews. Didn't work out, and that's fine. I get an email from Suzanne like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like 2 weeks ago. I get 3 emails from Suzanne.
Shit.
They're not quite from her. It's not Dear Jim.
Okay.
It is, you've been invited to a Google meeting. You've been invited to a Google meeting. You've been invited to a Google meeting 3 times for 3 different meetings, all for different stuff. I was to attend multiple like board meetings. And so I was a little taken aback, and it took me a second because it didn't say from Rusty Quill, it just said her name. It didn't say like from Rusty Quill, it just said from Suzanne.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remembered her name. It was only months ago that we'd interacted. So I emailed her back. I was just like honest with her, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you meant to include me in these. I don't know what kind of accident occurred, but I don't believe I'm meant to be at these meetings. And she responded quite quickly. She was like, no, this was absolutely an accident. I apologize so much for having done it. And I emailed her, and I thought I'd have some fun. It was like, I'm not currently trying to be hired, but maybe she'll remember my name if I do a little, So I was like, you know what? Fair is fair. It's fine. Mistakes happen. I just wanted to go ahead and I wanted to email you back and let you know that you had done it, because as someone who would like to one day be employed by you, I don't want to get fired before I even get hired by missing 3 meetings. I feel like that's a fireable offense, and I don't want to get fired before I'm hired. So She laughed at that. She thought that was very funny.
Good job.
Laughing through an email is such a fun thing to do. But she did. She enjoyed that interaction.
She put like an LMFAO in there.
She was like, Jim, you're fucking on it. Your comedy chops, fucking unreal, Jim. Work for me? No, it was a he. It was he.
I love that.
Thanks, Jim.
so
I really appreciate it. My exact words were, because I finally have the email open now. Let me just read through you really quickly. It was 3 onboarding, diary planning. Onboarding is literally like a hiring thing. Onboarding, like
Yeah.
training, learning, filling out your paperwork. And it was a Microsoft Teams meeting for July 29th. Oh no, I missed it.
Bro, imagine you just jump in there.
I said, hello once again. While I must admit it's a pleasure to hear from you once more, I must say it's also quite a surprise to receive 3 invitations to meetings, provided I don't yet work at Rusty Quill.
Ooh, good work putting the yet in there.
Yeah, boy. I said, would you confirm my suspicion that these were sent on accident? I'm fucking great. I'm sorry. I just want to say that I'm great at emails.
You are good at emails.
I want to say that I don't pride myself on many things. Emails, one of them.
I'm so bad at emails.
She responds and says, hi, Jim. My sincere apologies. What a foolish mistake. Thank you so much for letting me know. To which I responded, no worries. I just thought I'd reach out to let you know that I wouldn't be at any of the meetings. As someone who would still very much like to work at Rusty Cool in the future, I would not like to be fired for missing 3 meetings before I'm even hired. Best wishes to you all, and have a good rest of the day. And Suzanne said, hee hee, thanks, Jim. I really appreciate it. Smile emoji.
Damn, you got a smile emoji.
Yeah. Right? Suzanne.
Suzanne, what are you doing?
Do you have long distance calling on your plan?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah, so that absolutely happened, and I was very taken aback by it. It was sling training, department weekly meeting, and James onboarding. That's on purpose.
James onboarding.
That's very on purpose. Actually, okay. Hold on, Suzanne. We need to talk. Suzanne, I know you're listening, Suzanne. Suzanne, I might tell her this episode exists. I'm not gonna, but I might. You had to type in the subject line.
Yeah.
James onboarding.
James onboarding.
Diary planning. That was the name of the meeting you had to type. I get that you accidentally like CC me in. I get that you accidentally might have like typed my name.
Sure.
Like I probably, because I was a candidate, I was probably in some spreadsheet.
So she puts in James.
And then she puts in, oh, we're thinking maybe it's a different James.
It must be a different James, yeah. So she types in James. She clicks the first James that comes up. When you had said that you were trying to they were trying to hire you without,
yeah,
whatever you said,
telling me,
without telling you, yeah. My immediate went to like they call you and they're like, you missed like 3 shifts, dude.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? My heart would have sank.
Yeah.
I would have been like, hey, I don't work for you. If you want me to, schedule me one more time. Won't let you down.
For sure, I'll be there. But
I'll sure be there. I'll fly to England real quick.
That is so funny, though.
It was unreal that it happened, but
Yeah.
it did. And I was like, I want to share that just because it was it's never happened to me before. Like anything like that.
I can't say that it's ever happened to me before either.
But you had meat and potatoes. What do you want to talk about?
So do you remember earlier when I had said something that I had trouble sleeping last night because I was watching something very disturbing?
Yes, this was not on tape, but yes.
No, yeah, it was not on tape. But you had asked what it was, and I said I wanted to say it for the show.
Yes.
Because you thought it was a horror film, which makes sense. I'm scared to go
Couldn't
to sleep.
sleep.
Are you familiar with Woodstock 99?
No.
Really?
Really?
Dude, it's like one of the biggest music festival meltdowns that have ever happened ever.
So,
like worse than Fire Festival, worse than Astro World.
Woodstock
1999.
1999. Woodstock happened in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Does Woodstock still happen?
No, because of Woodstock 99. So Woodstock happened in.
So was this a documentary you watched?
It is a documentary. It's a 3-part series. I highly suggest it.
Okay.
It's brutal.
Love it.
Trigger warning for like violence and essay and things like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Wow.
It's rough to watch.
Yeah.
But essentially, I'm not going to get into details of that specifically. But
yeah.
So Woodstock happened in 1969. This was the first big Woodstock. I think it was the first Woodstock period. And this guy named Michael Lang put it all together.
Yeah. That name sounds familiar.
He's pretty famous in like the putting shit together
yes.
space of music. So he put together. He was super young at the time. It was one of his first like huge things that he did, and he got Janis Joplin was there, Jimi
Yes.
Hendrix was there,
Yeah.
The Who was there. It was a huge thing, and it was all like these really, you hear those artists. It's like really kind, wonderful, loving people.
Yeah.
The Who was kind of a little off the walls, but like they were
English.
and but they were like genuinely like they had no ill will towards anybody. Like they were
Yes.
good people.
Yes.
They were just a little loony because
Yeah.
they were musicians in the '60s. So
Fair.
uh,
Woodstock 69, who wasn't?
exactly. So but it was huge, and a bunch of people were there, and it was all very loving and wonderful, and the typical hippie dippy stuff. Like,
Yeah.
really lovely people. In 1994, they were like, let's bring Woodstock back. We've got this new generation
Mm-hmm.
of kids that are growing up.
Mhm.
They want to hear, they want to have an experience like this, like their parents had.
Yes.
So they put together Woodstock 94, and it tanked. No one really went.
Wow.
Yeah, and the problem was it was in a facility where they didn't have enough money to like do a legit place,
Mhm.
and so it was like fenced off, so like chain link fences.
Okay.
And like the majority of people that were at Woodstock 94 fucking pushed down the fence and walked in.
Yeah.
So they made no fucking money off of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 99 comes
So
around.
the event was lit.
The event was
but they
pretty
just
fire,
made
yeah.
like no money
They
off
made
of it.
no money.
Okay.
And so they were like, Woodstock 99, they were like, we need to make money this time.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge problem. Because they ended up fucking over everybody there.
Yeah.
They did it in a military base,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird to do.
Yeah.
Because that was during like a lot of like
The mid-90s.
the mid 90s and like very like anti-war stuff. And so like to have that event in a military base is weird.
Yes.
So there's
I
that.
wouldn't say that choosing a military base during the mid-90s being weird. I wouldn't say that's political, by the way.
No.
Yeah. That's
Um,
just true.
It was also in July on tarmac and no shade.
Oh, God.
People were like sitting under cars trying to get any type of shade, sitting under vans. Like
Dear God.
it was brutal.
Yeah.
So there were also 250,000 people there.
That's a couple.
Yeah. They don't do that many people in music festivals anymore because of
No.
Woodstock 99. That's way too many people.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Because
So like Woodstock 99 has become the kind of, hey, we're gonna cap it here.
Yep.
Hey, we're not gonna do that again.
Yeah.
We're not gonna try.
that's why Fire Festival did like an island, because you can't set up a venue for that size of people.
Just bring your own chair.
Just bring your chair.
BYOC.
So, and also a big problem was it was 250,000 people, and like 249,000 of them were between the ages of like 14 and 23. Like no parental anything.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And it was
Wait, was this at the military base? How did 14-year-olds get to a military base?
they were driven by their like older siblings.
Oh, but then like dropped off.
Dri-
It's
or
like,
driven-
enjoy
well,
the tarmac,
well, their
bitch.
older siblings would bring them
Yeah.
and go as well. So like
Oh, okay.
14, 16, 19-year-old siblings, they all go together.
That
Or
older
you
brothers.
have older friends or whatever. And some parents probably dropped them off. So the first day is Friday.
Enjoy summer camp.
The first day is Friday, and it's all right. Like the crowd, Korn was playing. So okay, sorry. A huge reason why it also why it got very violent is because the people running the operation didn't know shit about the current popular bands. So they just went to like the top 10 chart and were like, let's throw these guys in there. So it was like Limp Bizkit, it was Korn, it was Bush, it was it's the 90s, so it's all these like kind of heavy bands.
Yeah.
And yeah, they get in there and the bands are very much like promoting like, yo, let's fuck some shit up. And so they start like hitting people and like getting violent. And then the event coordinators are like, all right, let's make sure tomorrow's a little bit more chill. They wake up, Saturday happens. No one came to clean. There's just a layer of trash all across the ground. And halfway through Saturday, they're like throwing the trash at the bands because they're fucking pissed that they're literally just standing in filth.
Yeah.
They're going nuts. They're even more like mosh pits, hitting people. People are like falling on the ground, getting trampled. It's awful. Um, everyone's on like at least 5 drugs. They're
Oh,
all
for sure.
people are just handing out drugs at this point. And then Limp Biscuit gets up there and just basically goes, basically just is like, yo, let out everything on like right now. They had to cut the Limp Bizkit's set short because
Yeah.
people were like gonna kill each other.
Yeah.
And they were like tearing down like the sound tower. Like the sound tower was in like the middle, and people were like climbing it and like trying to tear it down. It is crazy. I've never seen like a sea of people be so violent
Mm-hmm.
all at once. 250,000 people. And then by the end, the people are high off their mind. This is so Sunday happens, and I don't know why they didn't say, let's call this off. Let's be done with it.
Yeah.
Because people are getting injured. The medics have quit. The medics were like, we can't handle all these people. Like, you had one medic working on like 14, 15, 16 people at once.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sunday rolls around. There's also, it was just porta potties because you're out in the middle of, and people are pushing over the porta potties. There's shit all over the ground. People are jumping into the shit and like rolling around in it and then running around touching people, like putting shit on people. Like,
Love that.
people are going crazy.
Fuck.
And me and Leah are sitting there watching, like, how is anybody enjoying their time there? Go the fuck home. Like, go home. What are you doing?
I'm wondering what had to happen for mob mentality to get it to that point.
It was just 3 straight days of like pure heat, like heat exhaustion, drugs, alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
no rules.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah.
No rules. Like the event coordinators were like, hey, y'all can do whatever you want. Like, whatever you want. And
That's
so,
not a coordinator.
No, it's not. What was crazy was they did an interview.
That's a horseman of the apocalypse.
They did an interview like Saturday afternoon, like when shit was already starting to get crazy. And the person was like, so how's it going? And the event coordinator's like, it's going great. People are having a great time. You know, nothing really wrong. Nothing bad has happened. No.
Definitely no one's died.
Yeah, no one's dying.
No one has died on the campgrounds.
For sure.
No one has died at this festival.
For sure no one's dived in shit and then
hey, how are
hugging
things
people.
going? How are things going? No one's died. No one's died.
No one's dead.
No one's dead.
No one's dead.
Did you hear someone died? Don't
It's
tell
not true.
anyone. Don't tell anyone. Just tell me. Tell me the truth. Did anyone die?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people probably left Sunday because people were dying.
Why?
And getting injured. Why? It sounds like such a great time. But no, so I was watching that and I was like legit I started like getting anxious and
Yeah.
it's really disturbing and really troubling to watch.
For those watching, I have been on my phone quite a bit. I've just been looking some stuff
Woodstock
up.
99, yeah.
So, what's interesting is that it's very close. The attendance of Woodstock 69 and Woodstock 99 are pretty much the same number at like 400,000 people.
Is it 400,000?
It is about 400,000 people.
250,000. That's crazy.
That might be like people who like went for the show, but then you've got to have how many medics and how many. Like...
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
You
Could be
gotta have
counting
all the
staff here.
security and everything.
So
like, no
then I
security,
looked
99.
up,
Yeah.
like highest attended concerts and festivals, and single artist concert highest attendance is like 225,000.
Yeah.
So and that's a single artist concert, but like
Who was that?
that was no one that I know.
Oh, really? Who's he?
Vasco Rossi,
Oh,
Medina.
Okay.
The first one I know is Paul McCartney at 184,000.
Yep.
Tina Turner and Frank Sinatra, all of them were at
What about
all of them were in Rio.
Interesting. What about festivals, like highest attending?
That's the thing, is this literally says, hey, we're excluding festivals.
Oh.
Now,
well, also this is a weird festival because there's only one stage. So it's not like a festival you'd go to nowadays where like you're jumping stages. Whoa. It is all 400,000 people looking at one stage.
I didn't know that. I've not done much research into Woodstock, but that's crazy because every band has setup, mic check, and then tear down, and then you have to wait for the next band to do all this. That's why you have multiple stages, because you stagger performance times and allow for all those things so that if someone would want, they can finish listening to this person, and by the time they walk over to this stage, that act is actually starting, not doing their mic check.
Yep.
They've already done that. They're starting. And then by the time they finish, while they tear down, someone else has already gotten on stage one.
Mhm.
That's why you do multi-stages.
Yes.
I did not know Woodstock was one stage. That's ridiculous.
Just the main stage. And because there's for 69 there were 30 acts. So you got 3 days, 10 acts per day. They each do an hour. That's like 10 hours.
No, it's crazy.
Because you go from like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
And because you have to account for setup and stuff. So each set is like an hour. But yeah, you go from like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then done.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about 99. I don't know how many bands there were, but it wasn't that many.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure they did like long sets. So
Limp Bizkit played for 2 days. Just 2 straight days.
That's funny.
That's what drove people crazy.
It would. Dude, Limp Bizkit sucks. Can I just say that real quick? Limp Bizkit kind of sucks.
I haven't heard a Limp song in so long.
It's not good. It's mad corny.
Oh yeah, no, dude, it's mad corny.
I don't
It's
understand
Limp.
why that is the.
It's Limp.
Well, it's just 90s music sucks anyway. But
They have an album called Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water.
I know.
You can't be like, oh, they melt. Like, oh, they fucking shred. Limp for life, baby.
Suck, man.
I'm hard for Limp. Like, you can't.
No.
So yeah,
A lot of people. It was like one of the premier bands of the 90s. People fucking loved them.
no, that's true. That's true.
That was what everybody was excited.
But also, the
everybody
90s
excited
was mad corny.
That's true. Everybody was excited for Korn and Limp Bizkit. Those were the two main.
Corn was mad corny.
Super corny. I knew it was going. I
Nah,
just had to say it again.
nah.
But yeah, man, Woodstock 99. I'd never heard of it.
Neither have
I can't believe.
Weird.
Yeah, I can't believe I'd never heard of it because it is known as like now. Yeah, now I know it's known as one of the worst music festivals of all time. Like biggest train wrecks. I'm sorry. Yes.
I knew about it
Did you really?
Why?
because I'm into a lot of like vintage stuff and I like
Sick.
collecting antiques and everything, and a lot of people sell
Shit from Woodstock
a
99.
piece of the Woodstock stage.
A piece
That's
of
another
Limp
thing. The
Bizkit's
Woodstock
guitar.
stage was like a huge thing. Woodstock 99 because they like blew out the problem was they blew out the budget and then had to cut funding right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So like they couldn't fund like security. Security was majorly underpaid because they blew out the budget on other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and medics. They couldn't afford enough medics because it came up to the day and they
It's
didn't
like
have
the
enough money.
Titanic not having enough lifeboats.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where it's like, oh, we got to cut the budget fucking somewhere.
Lifeboats.
The medics.
Yeah. Yeah. Security to make sure people don't kill each other.
Just cut Limp. You know how much money you save cutting Limp?
Honestly.
Enough to get some medics. Jesus. I feel like we could do an entire episode on botched like festivals and conventions because like I don't want to repeat too much stuff because like there's a lot of stuff I learn from other podcasts, and so when I want to share them, at the end of the day what I'm just doing is kind of repeating what I heard. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that I heard listening to the Distractable podcast, Markiplier,
Yeah.
Bob Wade. In regards to some like failed cons, like Dash Con. Dash Con is
You know that a recent Comic-Con had a bull pit?
so Dash Con had a ball pit,
What?
And that was about it.
and that was about it.
What?
Yeah. This guy was like, I'm gonna organize a con for everyone who loves Tumblr. And it'll be called Dash Con. And he made so much fucking money. And he booked like a hotel
That's the problem.
place and it had a bull pit, and then he fucking ran with the money with the rest of the
Get out. Are you serious?
Yeah. And
So
there's like all stories of like, dude, I peed in the DashCon bull pit.
Gross.
Like that.
So
Wow.
I think when Mark talked about it, he was just reading someone else's post. I do not believe that Mark Fishbach attended DashCon, but from a first-hand account that he was reading, I think that guy earned the money, booked the venue, which is this like extravagant hotel, and he spent like all his money on that. And then Mark might have been invited. I think Mark might have been telling this firsthand because the they wanted creators there. They wanted
Yeah. What year was it?
quote unquote influencers. Uh, mid 2000s, mid.
Oh, it's old. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know
and
it's a
and
2015 thing.
2008 maybe.
Wow. Okay.
but like typically you pay for the hotel stay of your artists that you're inviting.
yeah.
That's a pretty much run of the mill thing you do. That didn't happen, and I think they were allowed like they were given like meal vouchers. And it was like you can eat, we'll pay for your food. I think they might have also offered ball pit time. I'm not kidding. That became such a huge thing. That's why everyone talks about the ball pit because this
I'll find a
this huge.
picture of
So
the Dash Con
not
ball
enough
pit.
people turned up.
Oh.
So you've got this giant ballroom and like not enough people. So you've got this huge disconnect there. And then they're trying to make the money back that they spent on the place. So at one point, the hotel panicked and they were like, we're not going to make this back. Hey, DashCon guy,
I don't think you know how small the Dash Con ball pit is.
I'm thinking it is a kiddie pool. Essentially a kiddie pool filled with balls.
Dude, come on.
Seth put up the DashCon fucking ball pit. Put that up for people. Because it was getting to the point where they were panicking and they were like, we need to make our money back. The hotel was panicking because, like, I think they reached a, hey, we'll pay for the artists. And I think they ran into the room panicking and they were like, we need to earn like a couple $1,000 or they're shutting us down. And they went around with a bag.
In the queue
And they
when
were
people
like,
trying to buy their badges to get into the con, they had a bag and were like, please give us money so we can open.
yeah, so we can stay open. And they like raffled off ball pit time. And they were like, you can have more time in the ball pit if you give more. And I think they made their money too.
Did because it was all just a bunch of young Tumblr kids that wanted to have a con that they could all meet their friends at and hang out.
Christian's heart's
so-
breaking.
That's so sad.
For those on audio platforms, Christian's face, he looks like Broken Man.
That's so sad.
It is. It is terrifying, and we could talk more about it another time. There, because this is a whole genre of things. It's failed festivals, failed cons.
There's so many.
There's
and
so
it-
many.
it almost-
Because it's so easy to fuck up. Like,
Well,
let's be real.
It almost always comes from like greed.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the
no.
desire to just
Nine
make
times
a
out of
shitload of money.
10, it's literally like, hey, at what point can I earn enough and then pull the rug out from under them and run with it?
Well, that was another thing is they weren't allowed to bring any water in, and also bottled water was $4. Back in the 90s, that's a shitload. Like usually a bottled water was like 65 cents.
Yeah.
And it was $4, and it's 98 degrees
Tarmac
on the tarmac out in the sun all day long.
for
People were-
3 days in a row.
For 3 days in a row. So they resorted to like by Saturday they were just spraying people with water, like with a hose, onto the audience, or like
Wow.
big like 10-gallon jugs just walking across and like pouring it on people.
That's
It's
it's
brutal.
unreal. No, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's bad.
And I think we definitely could do a full episode on it.
See,
What are
like-
we at now? Well,
DashCon, that shit's like low key kind of hilarious.
yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of humor in there.
It's sad. It's like it is really sad, but looking at that ball pit, like you can't not laugh.
Yeah.
Woodstock '99 is like really upsetting to watch. Like I wouldn't suggest watching it. I really wouldn't.
Wow.
It's not fun to watch.
Wow.
It's really disturbing.
So if you officially want to watch a documentary that Christian has said
Don't.
Woodstock 99. Is this on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
There you go. Wow.
Crazy.
That
Yeah.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that because I know it's not a very funny topic, but
No, of course. We do have a comedy podcast.
Yep. I just thought it's really interesting, and I like shit like that. I enjoy like
We talked about Limp Bizkit a little bit, so
Limp
there
Bizkit.
we got some humor out of it.
always some humor from Limp Bizkit. Fuck Fred Durst.
Do you have anything else on that?
I hate that guy. Huh?
Do you have anything else on that?
Oh my God! Sorry. There's one funny bit.
You're good.
There's one. Funny
Hey,
bit.
thank God.
So a lot of the shots, I'm like, so first off, it was edited really well, but a lot of the shots were like very, random, and like very like, it'll throw you off, cause like it'll be. So at one point there was a rave, like there was a rave room where you would go after the festival, all the main music was done, and they had a DJ there.
Yeah.
Fatboy Slim. Do you know who Fatboy Slim is?
I think.
Big '90s DJ. So he was there. He's
Yes.
doing the DJ things.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, he's doing DJ things. At some point, they commandeer a vehicle. Some dude who's like high as balls on ecstasy is like driving a van through the crowd, just completely.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, who's driving? Is there is someone trying to shut us down?" And an event guy goes up there, and he's like, "Fuck!" So he's trying to get into the car. He's like, "You have to stop."
Yeah.
And the dude's just like keeps going.
Yeah.
And there's like 12 guys up on the top, just like jumping on.
Have you ever been on ecstasy while driving?
No.
You don't want to stop. Like, it's just.
It's crazy. And so then he goes up to Fat Boy and was like, "Hey man, you got to stop the music because I don't think they're gonna stop."
Fat Boy doesn't stop the music.
Boy, don't stop the music.
Does he? Did he?
Fat Boy stops the music. Yeah.
Respect.
Because
Respect
Fat Boy
for my boy Slim.
Fat Boy was like, "Why?" And the guy was like, "'Cause that's gonna kill people, and I don't think you want people to die during your set." And he was like, "Fair enough." And he goes, "All right, I gotta stop the music, or else, like,
Yeah.
some shit's gonna go down. So I will continue when you step out of that vehicle."
Wow.
Gets out of the vehicle.
The
Everybody
power
gets
of Fat Boy Slim.
Fat Boy Slim's a real one.
I'm not gonna do shit until you get out of that car.
So during that rave, they are showing like clips, and it's
I'm
like,
sorry. A policeman or a guard, whatever, someone in, I assume, some type of brightly colored vest,
"Yep, yellow."
was like hanging off the door going, "Hey, get out of the fucking car." And
Yeah.
he wasn't. But Fat Boy Slim said, "Please." And he was like, "You know what? Fat Boy's right."
Fat Boy, yeah.
Wow.
Do it for Fat Boy, man.
the
Do
power
it for Fat
of
Boy.
the power of Fat Boy is not something to fuck with.
Yeah. So a lot of the shots that they were showing in that rave were like very strange. Like
Yeah.
it would be, they'd get a shot, a crazy amount of nudity as well. People were just like naked, like
Yeah.
fully naked dancing, or
Hey,
fully
at
naked.
this point, I'm not surprised.
Right. So like they'd show like people having sex, like just doing doggy style,
Yeah.
and then they clip over it some white guy with glasses just doing the robot. Like that's the second clip. So it'd just be like visceral fucking while high.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's just like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fat Boy
just
Slim has that effect.
just like really getting it.
Yeah.
And then it would go back and some dude is like whipping his dick around.
But who's experiencing more joy here? Who's getting the most
That
out of
guy.
Woodstock 99?
For sure it's that guy.
That's some Gen Z shit. Seeing a robot next to a couple doing doggy style.
That is very Gen Z, isn't it?
You guys having fun? This is not the robot, by the way. I don't know what this is.
It's roboty.
It's robot-y. But yeah. It's just very strange how it's shot and edited.
Do you want to watch this?
Christian, I watched some weird shit.
We do watch some weird shit.
There's crazy titties, a lot of dicks, a lot of vaginas, a lot of butts. Actually, not a lot of butts. Butts was not a 90s thing.
It's true.
It really wasn't. Like, it was not about that.
Wow.
Butts is a very, like, recent thing.
No.
Yes!
No.
If you think about like the 90s and early 2000s, having a big butt was
Nothing. It was all
not the
tits.
style.
Not in mainstream. But I'm talking about
I
like
mean, yeah, there were people who like butts, but like it's like 90-10.
when did our Lord and Savior Sir Mix-a-Lot
He is in the 90s.
drop?
But
Okay.
he started that movement.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's when this was kind of beginning, but it had a lot of force behind it from the beginning.
I'll
It wasn't
say-
like Sir a lot came out and he was like, "Hey,
I'll say
butts are kind of great."
it's butts are kind of great. So yeah, it's probably, but it was like, yeah, it's like, it really like 2010s. Like
Yeah.
think about the 2000s. Like was butts really a thing? I know I was like 6, so maybe not to me, but
Belly.
bellies were big too. Bellies and legs were big. Legs were
Weird.
big.
What's
like,
next?
Look at a girl with those
Like, really
legs.
low-cut jeans.
Low cut jeans. Yep. The low risers. Yep.
What's next?
Next,
It was bellies and legs, and then like now it's ass.
it is feet.
It
We're
is
getting to
feet.
feet.
Mm-mm. Feet is now.
Oh, what's next?
next? What's the next, like, even if it's a meme? Because I think feet became a huge meme before settling into actually,
You know where I
feet are pretty
actually?
great.
I think it could.
I think it was a huge joke, and then a lot of people were like, actually, hold on.
What do you think?
About feet?
No, no, no.
Not a foot guy.
Me either. But what do you think is next? Because I have an idea.
Oh, shit.
But I'm curious what yours is first.
Underarm. I think sleeveless is going to come back.
Interesting.
Just sleeves gone in fashion.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's going to become totally mainstream just to have your pits out.
Sick. I'm thinking back.
I was gonna say
Baby got back. Don't she?
Literally, yeah.
Don't she
just
have
like
that?
I think, because those shirts that are like it's only a front and you look naked from the back.
Yeah, and
I think that's
then there
gonna
are the
be-
ones that have like the stylistic like rips
Yes.
all the way down it.
That's gonna be huge. I
That-
think. But like underarm is really close to that, so like that could be an aspect of it.
Yeah, right. So here's here's what I love about this show is that I don't plan on
Oh.
stopping it anytime soon,
Sure.
like doing this show with you.
So at some point
So I love the idea that at some point, maybe like 5 years from now, we're
right.
gonna be like, we were right.
It's back.
It's back.
You know what I wish had lasted a little bit longer?
What?
Male rompers. I fuck with those things.
Yeah.
I think they're
I'm not a
so.
romper person.
Really?
I've never
I
been.
fuck with them. I think they look cool.
I don't want to get naked to shit. Actually, I only want to get naked to shit. I don't want to get naked.
Shitting naked is the best. You don't get better than shitting naked. You really don't.
You can't get closer to God, I don't think. I think that is the most religious experience
How
I've ever
often would you say you take a shirt off shit?
had. That's hard to say because oftentimes if I'm at my home, my abode, I'm nude.
Sure. I mean, out.
So like
You're in a Target bathroom.
have you Christian Preston Roman? I don't know your middle name. What's your middle name?
Edward. I told you
Whoa,
that. I've said
okay.
it-
I
I've said it
remember
multiple
as soon as
times.
you said it very hatefully, I remembered it, but it slipped my
care if
mind.
you know
It
or not.
slipped my mind.
Preston, I fuck with though.
So
I might
so
change
that's
it.
Jeffrey Bezos' middle
Yeah, it
name.
is.
Christian Edward Roman.
Yeah.
Have you taken your shirt off in a public space
It's probably like
to take a
it's probably
take a
like
shit?
once a week.
Not?
It's
Okay.
usually like a quarter
In a
through.
public place. I'm in a Walmart potty and I got a shit and it's not going well.
Yeah.
So I lose the shirt?
Yes.
Hey.
It's the best feeling.
Hey, comments.
I've taken off the shirt and I've gripped the toilet roll thing.
I've gripped the toilet roll thing. We've
Yeah.
all had to grab for our
Sweating.
lives.
You're
And you
sweating.
gotta take it off.
We all
It's-
needed a lifeline.
It's when the sweat starts that you're like, this has to come off. Yeah. And I'm on the toilet just yeah. For real, you really have never done that? Do it.
Never in public.
Do it. It's freeing.
I work at a Walmart. I work
Take your shirt off when you piss.
when I pit. I'm at the urinal.
You made a
Someone
face in the
comes in
middle.
while I'm at the urinal.
went-
My shirt's off.
But yeah, no, shirtless shit is fire. You're just like, and someone's also like pooping next to you.
But like in public.
Yeah.
I get it. No, I've gone into in my own home. I've gone into my bathroom fully dressed, down to like socks, and like every article of clothing came off.
Of course. It's comfy.
Yeah. But like but like I didn't prepare for it. Like I sit down fully clothed, and as it progresses, it's like shit. Shirt, socks. Just take the pants off, because like when you got pants on and they're down at the ankles and you're shitting, all you can do is like a straight, like a posture sit.
Yeah, you can't
You
like
need a spread.
so you take one
Which
leg.
I think is bad. Isn't the whole point of a squatty potty that your ankles are like near together and also elevated?
Yeah.
Dude,
See,
I
that's the
shit
reason
in
it's
some weird positions.
Me too.
Sometimes my feet are on the bowl with me. And
Oh damn, I don't do that. I've
I've had
toes
times-
gripping the seat.
You know, Christian, you've been in our bathroom, right?
yeah.
I've had one foot on the shower door and one on the toilet roll holder, and I don't know why.
I'm learning this for the first time about my husband.
That's some bad it's good energy.
It's period shits, dog.
Oh.
It's dog. You've never known pain until
No, I haven't.
You sit to
Genuinely.
pee, and then you feel the stab in your butthole,
Yeah.
and you just have to hold on.
Maybe you
There's
have.
nothing else you could do. You can't stop it.
You used to be hospitalized yearly.
Yeah, but nothing like a period. I actually have had some I did have
I
a
have
shit.
seen blood pouring down your face while tubes were up your nose. I've seen a lot of evidence of you going through maybe the worst human condition.
I will say the worst shit I ever took. Have I ever told you the peanut shell story?
And he's
Yes.
so focused
Have
on
I told it on the show?
Actually,
Oh,
your
okay.
dad told this story in his speech at your wedding.
My father told the story of me shitting out peanut shells
He implied it.
at my wedding.
He implied it.
My bloody peanut shell
He
filled
didn't
shit.
imply the blood.
There was blood. When there's
He's-
peanut shells, there is blood.
He said that you set out to eat the entire bag of peanuts, shell and all, which, by the way,
You did.
you know that I've done that before, right?
Shells.
You know that I do that, right? Like that wasn't a one time. Let me try something quirky.
Good. It's awesome.
I just do it.
It's the best way to eat peanuts.
They're
Does what?
they're salted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would they
yeah.
salt
Why would
the
they salt the
shells?
outside if they don't want you to fucking eat it? It's a bitch move. Fuck you, peanuts.
Everyone's gonna say because you're supposed to like suck the shell and then crack it and then eat the nut.
You
And
can
I'm like,
suck my
that's a
shell.
little...
Fuck you. I'm
Yo-
eating the whole thing raw. Raw peanuts.
Actually, people might choke and hurt themselves. Don't listen to us. But definitely, if
Try
you're an
it.
adult and you know how to chew, just please try it with the shell on. Hear me out.
How to chew.
You know you can eat lemon with the rind on it.
Yeah. you can
And
eat
the
shrimp with
rind
tail.
actually counteracts the sour of the lemon and it makes
Mhm.
it a quite delicious snack.
Yeah.
You know this. You've done it. He made a face as if, what? And I
You
was
can
like,
do watermelon rind too. It's not good. It's very gross, but you can do it. It's legal. lot of
it's
shit
legal. Eat the nut.
I used to chew on orange.
Really?
I've heard of people
I
who
fuck
do
with
that.
that though.
Yeah, me too.
That's cool energy. I vibe with that. So what shit were you gonna say? Have you ever taken a type of shit?
That one, the bloody peanut shell shit, because it felt like glass passing through
No,
my
I've always
gland.
every time
Gland? Canal.
Every month. To the point where I've researched it and they're like, take stool softeners.
Yeah.
To the point where like, because it's just...
was it
brutal.
last episode I
So
requested
much.
responses in the
You talk to
comments?
Morgan
I'm
about
sorry?
it, be like, Morgan, I'm sorry. Every month that you have to shit, I'm so sorry.
She's told me about it. She's like,
It's just... It's out of nowhere. There's no signal that you have to, like, poop or anything. It's just, I need to pee. I sit down. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm in so much pain, and I can't stop it until it comes out.
Was last episode the episode that I requested people in the comments like respond and do something and say something? Or was it
Maybe.
earlier this episode?
No, it was last episode. You were like,
Okay, cool. Today's little homework that I want you to say to us in the comments, because we crave audience interaction,
We do.
is let's say, maybe not shitting, but let's say Christian and I were able to, in a sense, simulate period pain. Would that be something we want?
Yes.
We want no, you don't reply. I want their take. If Christian and I were somehow able to simulate period pain, would y'all watch that? Cool, thanks. Please just respond. We'll see what you say, and if the overwhelming answer is yes, then we'll see what we're able to do in terms of getting the equipment needed. You ever read a book?
Yes.
Ever?
Yeah.
You've read one?
Yeah.
I've recently
Yes.
finished reading.
Cool.
I finished. I'm done reading.
I'm
Because I got Audible.
retired.
I'm retired because I got Audible. I'm done reading. No, I was gonna say I'm done reading. Everyone has a podcast except you by the McElroy brothers, the creators of many podcasts, including Sawbones, My Brother and Me. I don't know why I said Sawbones first.
I was gonna say,
It's
since
definitely
you
not
go
their
with
biggest
first, yeah.
show. But just My Brother and Me, The Adventure Zone. They wrote a book on podcasting and it was great. In fact, I'm done with it, so I'd like to put it in your hands. I don't have it with me, but I'll get it to you next time we meet because I'd love for you to read it.
I should read it.
There's some really good information in this book.
Absolutely.
Or if you wouldn't like to read it,
Probably not.
you can always go to audible.com. Hey, you can always go to audible.com/ABP. That is not true. You can go to audibletrial.com/ABP. That is audibletrial.com/ABP to get a 1-month free trial as well as 1 premium credit to unlock a book that you typically have to pay for. Isn't that kind? They're pretty much giving you some free product and a month's worth of listening to your favorite podcasts and audiobooks. Thousands of readily available titles waiting for you. Thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this episode. And now, we want to thank absolutely every single one of you for both watching and listening to today's episode, which is sponsored by Audible. Thank you, Audible. I want to say a huge thank you to 353 Studios for letting us record in this lovely, lovely space. A little toasty, but otherwise beautiful. And then Salty Sloth Productions for producing us and just being so great. Check them out in the link in the description, as well as the Audible link and the 353 Studios website. Go check them out because we love them. Show them some love. Snaps for them, yay. And then also check out our Patreon. We currently still have that goal going. 20 patrons, and we can look at getting our own ABP owned studio space, just ours, just customizable. We want to build a set, and it's a possible goal that we want to realize. So we thank you for your support over there because we have game content that we want to make. We have movie content. And now I don't think any of this is out by now, of course, but those are plans. We definitely have a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's going to be posted on there. I mean, these episodes ad free, as well as less edited. So maybe some political stuff got said. You don't even know, do you? Bitch. Anyway, we love you guys. Anything else you'd like to say?
Once we get to 10 patrons,
Okay.
we'll do the birthing simulator.
Oh, you wanna?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll make that a new goal.
Incentive.
If you go check Patreon right now, you'll see it. You'll see it right there. 10 patrons of any tier,
Mhm.
and we'll go ahead and cop that birthing simulator and make it happen.
Yep, it'll be on Patreon.
All right. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, one more. Gotta make sure you get that thumb. No, go back for that thumb. You left some,
I
I'm
left
sure.
a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. That's impressive. Hey, are we recording for episode 4? My tummy's grumbling.
Oh, I have one more.
I say we stop on the way home and get stuff we don't.
Christian, please.